Hello, everyone. Lettice here. You can tell by the reading, it is a high lit reading. So, if you are not already lit or lining up, thinking about lining up, or can't, whatever, get high. And if you don't smoke, you know, smoke responsibly, drink responsibly, take shrooms responsibly. A nice elevation responsibly. Know your limits, know your strengths, all the good things. Okay. Um, but we're just gonna okay. I was already got to smoke before it started. Let's go ahead and get prepared. Thank you, Spirit. Huh. I pulled out different variations of the tarot deck. I pulled out technically the only two variations of the tarot deck that I have. But I kind of consider that one as well. But I don't know why they have me saying that. Maybe to come to terms in it, or maybe it's something that you need to hear. Reminder, but I am thinking about when I like kind of first started getting, you know, into this. What was it, like 11 years ago now or so? um, I didn't think I was supposed to have that many or need that many cards or decks, right? Even though I was, drawn to some. The first deck, we all know the story. Um, but I didn't think I was supposed to have that many. I thought I was supposed to be like, this is it. I was coming out of that Christian conformity, already questioning a whole lot of things and whatnot. And I was like, this is it. Almost like this is the Bible. This is the only book I have, right? But when I started really diving into it, it's like, this is not a limit of my knowledge. I never wanted to limit my knowledge. That's why I always ask questions. That's why I was always falling asleep in church. That's why I was ditching class. That's why I always wanted to do my own research, read my own books, get my own information, get my own understanding, and seek out others' information, opinions, thoughts, and knowledge as well, or just go out and experience it. But that has always been it. But thank you, moving back, moving forward, moving on. I was like, okay, this should be the only deck I use. Like, especially, it's almost like to like show that I really know what I'm doing and understand. But it's like, either way, you'll know and understand it. But you shouldn't limit how you get understanding or use those tools, because you were deciphering, giving information, hitting people up like, hey, I just thought about you and I felt this, said this, and just sending it, or just seen this and thought, whatever it is. I was doing this before the cards. And that's why I'm referencing them as tools, because it's a way to get information through a tool. And I'm saying that because if you feel like you have to rely on a certain thing or only use a certain thing or only have this and not expand it when you're called to do it, when you're feeling called to do it, not even by spirit, just your own urges, your own feelings, your own like, I don't know why I want to pick this up. I don't know why it's like, I don't know why something told me to grab this. And then later on, it's like, I'm glad I did, you know? So just being able to kind of channel that, it's kind of like how a magician or somebody uses a wand. They are the power, but they are using a tool to almost channel it into, like this, but it's me. That's why sometimes they also only need to say spells because I don't technically need this. All I need is who I am. So If you're feeling like, no, I shouldn't need this because they don't use it, or I've never seen my grandma or my grandpa or so and so use it, or it's always going to recognize that if a tool works and functions for you to tap into your power, tap into your gifts, tap in to being more free and open, and this world is being more receptive, more trusting on your path and where you're guiding and leading yourself, and how that can attribute to what you feel like you can understand or want to understand, or where you want to lead yourself, you know? Because again, I have to get out of myself. Like, why is that the only, why? Like, I'm looking at all these other decks, like, these are so dope, and that one does this, and that one makes me feel this. So it's this really driven process of being like, okay, yes, we're in the knowing, we're in that understanding of I have to follow my spiritual path, my guidance, but it's following me. Because the more that I lead to myself, the more I want to get a connection with spirit, with universe, with everything, because I'm recognizing I'm a part of it. I am so engrossed in it, so a part of it, so in tune with it that it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm not gonna limit what I'm able to utilize and use in the capabilities that I have. So that was before I even got to shuffle the cards. I think I can, get them in there. Um, but so don't be afraid if you feel like, okay, I wanna, channel my energy more, and communicate with possible, spirits. But I don't want to get like a Ouija board. A Ouija board. Some people be like, no, not a Ouija board. But get a pendulum. You don't need a Ouija board. They got the yes, the no, the maybe, the nothing. Where just it's unnaturally still. We're just like, oh, okay, no answers. It's things where it's like, okay, if that's going to help you, then do it. It's gonna sound crazy, but depending on what your tool is, you'll be surprised of what you need to get, and what you need to always have in your collection, in your repertoire. Because again, it's channeling your power. It's helping you to direct it into a certain energy. So this is also helping you to better understanding of how you're able to manifest, communicate, how you interact with relationships, how you're able to tap into those spiritual gifts. I'm hearing mediumship, that keeps coming up in my head. Mediumship. I don't know too much about that. I do see shit, but like mediumship is I feel like a different level, almost like actually meeting mediums and what they describe them like that. That's not something I know about. Like I do see like figures and shadows and stuff where the dreams get extra, extra crazy and wild, but the things that I experience, they don't experience. So also recognize that too as well when you are interacting, when you are communicating more what your gifts are, what your significance is to yourself, to your life, and possibly to others, that it doesn't take away from you. It is just different. I'm not better than you, I'm not worse than you, we're just different. And what you can do, your capability. Some people literally, anytime we moved when I was younger, we would have my grandma come and pray over the house. Like, she would come, she'd have her little holy oil, her Bible, her she would pray over, get her holy water, and she would just walk to the house and we'd all follow her. In the small little water. Just walk, follow her, and we would either have to pray in tongues or this and that, but it was either right after we got all of our stuff in there, depending on when she was able to come over, or before, and then she just put her little cross on the doors, crossing hers, saying her prayers, and just like we were also in the church, as kids. My mom was a praise dancer. Like if you wanted somebody to choreograph a dance, you would call that person because they're the praise dance teacher. So, but to cleanse your home, to give you that spirit, that strength, whatever that is, you need somebody to harmonize the young and the old and not care who they're talking to get a dance together and be able to listen to music and get it right. Oh, my mom. So you be in there for hours. Sometimes some of my cousins, one that would just sleep over, just like, you do, he's practicing tomorrow. I'll be like, oh my God. So I love this. King of Cups energy coming in here, Scorpio energy, yeah. Recognizing who you are, your charisma, your strength, your love, your joy, all these things. And that is a constant reminder of that. Scorpio is also about personal power. So again, that power, recognizing it, your gifts, how to utilize it. And that's whether you have tools or not, because some people don't need tools, some people don't want tools. But I'm saying don't feel a certain type of way if that's what you want to grab. Yeah, Page of Wands. They're all about creativity, new insight, new feelings, new thoughts, new ways of thinking. Like, why don't we do this? Why don't you? Okay, why don't we set this up? Why don't again, new way of allowing that to be that. And like I said, wands, that energy of channeling it. That is where the solutions lie. That is where the understanding lies. That is where the healing lies. That is where the hope lies. At the Five of Wands in reverse. I love this. Your creativity leads you to harmony. And we got the Ace of Cups. It leads you to feeling that calmness, that calling in your power, using your power, demonstrating it, sharing it, basking in it almost. It allows you to almost like avoid conflicts and unnecessary stuff, because it's like I'm recognizing I'm always in a new beginning, a new start of emotional health, relationship capabilities, being more real and taking in the present moment, having that abundance of joy, of sparks of energy, of new thinking, of like, okay, if this doesn't work, that's fine. But at least I didn't waste time on questioning would this work? If, would this happen? Or what happens if I didn't start now or don't start now or do something now? Like, it's feeding into that. And that leads to more harmony with self and others around you. Ooh, not the card jumping out. Strength. Okay. Leo energy coming in here. Recognizing the strength that you have of that solar plexus, that trusting in that gut, but also knowing again where to apply yourself your power. Recognizing that right now. It's gonna sound like the most funniest 2000s thing. I'm a tool. you gotta recognize that you are a tool in your power, and how you're able to do that. If you look at her wings, it looks like stone. I don't know if it'll focus, but her wings look like stone. Like, how is that possible? That something that lifts you off the air, something that makes you as light as a feather, some would say, is stone. But she just is calm, is relaxed, is taking it in, is enjoying. You know what's so funny is I listened to a voice message today and I heard fruits of labor, and I'm hearing this now, like enjoying the fruits of her labor. I love that. Shout out to them. So being able to take that in, like again, that present moment, that abundance of seeing an obstacle, a challenge, to calling your power, to use your power. Is like, oh my God, I was waiting for a mission. I was waiting for something to utilize it. It's like, is there anything going on? Is there anything happening? Okay, did the signal come out yet? Okay, nope, not ready. It's like you're waiting on those moments to call on your power, your strength, and not like obstacles and challenges, but even just to be like, see what I can do, see what I'm capable of. Has it landed yet? Okay, safe and sound. We got the Six of Wands coming in here for you. Change, metamorphosis, transformations. abundance. Okay. Ooh, okay. We got a lot of cups energy. Like I said, emotional maturity, recognizing. I was thinking, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, Shay, but I was getting heart chakra energy from you guys. A lot of that. And that's that air energy, but that's that complexity of being able to see from a higher perspective. Because with that comes with that knowing, and sometimes knowing can feel like a weight, but it leads to positive reinforcement in self, right? Even when it feels challenging, even when it feels tough, even when it is challenging, even when it is tough, even when it is disruptive of your homeostasis, which is kind of lining me to this. You recognize that there is. Why am I? Oh my God! Please don't put me in an accent, please. I'm not ready. They're gonna do it. There is limitless possibilities that are out there. Once you abandon all that other stuff, you just let it out the way, and really sit in that replication of it all. There's nothing that you cannot possibly think, imagine. And if you can think and imagine it, a lot of things were thought and imagined to be thought, to be created. Does that make sense? That gotta make sense because it makes sense to me. Knight of Cups, please get me out of this goddamn accent. Oh my God, please. Knight of Cups, Piscean energy. It's like a leading charge, a protector of who you are and what it could be. Oh my God, this is really a frustrating spirit. Please get it off, get it off, get it off. I need a new card. 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 It's like, oh. Alrighty. Okay, I had to pause it. That was throat chakra healing meditation. I had to literally pause the fucking song just so I can get out of that accent. Yeah. No. Aqua the Star. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. Like sometimes when that would just like would just get me out of this accent. Like no. Is disturbing the way I'm receiving this message. Please. I should might move forward, moving on. But we have the Aqua the Star energy, the renewed inside renewed hope. Again, that air energy that I'm hearing climatic horoscope. So maybe you just discovered something within your chart, within your horoscope, like maybe where you should live, the alignment that you have with your friends or partners, or just finding out different placements or what happened around the time that you were born. Any, it's that's the energy that is given, which is very much on that Aquarian energy. I don't think that's what they call, but that's what we're going with. So yeah, being able to recognize that it's allowing you to alleviate a lot of pressure off of yourself while still being able to deal with the pressure, especially with this strength in the six of um I wanted to say cups. I want to say six of knights. What the hell? Um Pray or just cleanse before you go to sleep. Just or yeah, I mean prayer cleanse or just what is the thought that I'm thinking of? No, I'm not. Don't allow any disturbances to bother you. So if you need to turn off your phone beforehand or shift it in that way, just because it's right on top of the Ace of Cups and the Six of Wands. So that's your abundant pleasure, your change, the way that you're able to radiate the energy that is aligning with you to be hopefully vulnerable, creative, and introspective while still relishing in the moment, relishing in the period, allowing your release of control. So that way you can always be ready. So with this Nine of Swords right on top of it. It's almost like something is trying to interject, is trying to keep you up. But with the Eight of Cups on top of the Strength and the Six of Wands is letting me know that it's a release of something heavy because it's more cups on this end than it is on this end. I'm not saying that there's more moving forward, but right now it feels like there's a lot more on this end than on the other end. But that's because I'm hearing, haven't touched it yet. That's where your creativity kicks in. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, Two of Pentacles landed right on top of it. Like right in between it. Right on top of it. Like this. I'll show you because I'm nice. There you go. Right there. And that is sometimes it can feel like a long wait, a long period, a long stance. But that's because you're slowly working with yourself. But it's also about taking moments to relish in what you're able to create. Because, like I said, you have to get your hands on it, and they literally have to get their hands to plant these bulbs to grow. And in the next card in this deck, the Three of Wands, there is three things blooming out of this. No correlation, but correlation. And it's going into the stomach of someone else, right? So it's blossoming and the moon is in the background. That's the Three of Wands, and that's the anticipation of what you planted. So pray before you go to bed. This cleanse your energy because it's allows you to anticipate it with good feelings or positive intentions. Because it does feel like, okay, I gotta let go of a lot, I gotta do a lot. And sometimes letting go is having to be like, okay, damn, it's more than just letting go. It's revising, it's removing, it's placing pieces here. Sometimes that is, a little hard, but allowing yourself to anticipate that you are abundant. Even the wands that they're using are growing. Recognize your power, recognize your strength. Again, that is your abundance maker. Because abundance, I don't want to limit it to just monetary gains. So that is your abundance maker. Okay? Your power is crazy. I love it. That accent thing got it. We're gonna turn my go down. This. Oh my goodness. Yes, we got Justice coming out here, Queen of Wands, and then the Nine of Wands. So it's crazy because, again, this, what's keeping you up. And like I said, just giving that cleansing, just giving that once over, just recognizing and checking in with self, especially since it's allowing you to clear yourself from chaos and chaotic energy. This is about the way out, the movement. Wands is about the body, the creativity. And a lot of wands are going to where you're walking. The abundance, the see that you are sown are growing. So it's that almost like, and that's right on top of the Nine of Swords. So it's like what mentally may be holding you and feeling like conflicting you. Creatively, spiritually, that's where you're able to allow your mind to relinquish some of the holds that are imaginary, that are not really there, or that need to be worked through, worked on. I'm hearing massaged out. And with the Justice and the Queen of Wands is recognizing, again, your confidence, your power. It leads a way that is a force to be reckoned with, a stronghold. Aries and Libra energy, that sounds crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But this justice, this always being able to use that sword, and those are like bigger swords than the smaller ones, okay? It's almost like you melted down your troubles, your issues to create something, to manifest something, to arrange something, and you even got some keys out of it. the keys. I can make a few keys. It's that power. It's like waiting on your mission, on your moment. Like, no, 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 no. I really got this. I really understand this. I mean, I got the juice. Need to chase it down. Need to mix that. I got the juice. Yeah. 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 So being able to recognize your confidence, your power, your strength. Yeah. You're on to something, baby. All right. Any final cards here for this collective in our high talk, in our high reading? Ace of Swords. Right on top of that Strength card and Page of Wands card. That supreme, I love that. It's a supreme inner strength, supreme understanding. That complexity of really being able to, I love it's fight and heal and hold. And the wings that I pointed out on the Ace of Cups, they also have the wings here. So again, things that may seem like this is just too much pressure, this is too much weight. No, no, no. You just ain't recognize my power. My power is crazy. I'm not saying that's weird. We're not saying that. Yes. I have some positive sex talk with yourself, is what I'll say. That's where we'll leave it. That's where to put it. That's where we're placing it. Okay, I'll say. But really getting into your mental and allowing that to still hold on to something that is, yes, a protection like the thorns, but it also has leaves, that nourishment, that bounty. A lot of new beginnings, a lot of new starts for you. And it's going to be cultivated and created by your hands, by your words, by your actions, by your interaction. It always has been, but it's almost like you're aware now. Like you're extra, extra aware. And the part that you are playing in your life is it's interstellar. It's amazing. Go out there, create something, go do something, go shift something, go move something. Because either way, the breath that you take, the life that you live, is doing something dynamic. Y'all reading that, me talking in a different accent. I have to pause the goddamn music. Okay. That's that power, baby. Okay. But this has been your reading. Blessings. You are your own tool, your own power, your own source, your own being. Call on it. Let it in. It is not too heavy for you to carry the weight of yourself. You do it every day. You do it every day. Okay? Love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time.